Hello everyone, here's wishing each one of you happy Rakhi to each one of you, whoever's watching this video. Um, However, the intention of this video is I'm going to be speaking today more about these couple of weeks that have gone by, and these few weeks have been very difficult for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people in India and even outside India. I'm going to be talking about Sushant Singh Rajput's demise. The reason why I'm here today is I have a few points that I'd like to make. And another reason why I'm here is I'm very thankful for social media in every platform, because it enables people like us to voice out on how we feel rather than keeping it inside and not being heard. So, and I think it's important that out of humanity, it's important to speak about it. And we need to let the awareness spread quick, because so many things are not happening right. In terms of Sushant Singh Rajput death, I remember, so let's get a flashback. I remember as a child, I'm the only child, I don't have any siblings, so most of my time would go on watching Indian movies, Bollywood movies, songs, music, and I think pretty much my extended family during my entertainment time, or during my time when I had the time at home, I would be watching a movie or just basically into Bollywood. Like I said, could be songs, music, or I'll be at the cinema, having those two samosas with the popcorn and watching a movie and enjoying every star there. I mean, in India, most of us consider them as a very important part of our lives, because truly, I mean, people like me have grown up watching them, so you kind of start thinking that if they are good on screen, they must be just as good or even better off screen. And I've always maintained that that feeling towards them, like extended family on a broader perspective. So when Sushant Singh's demise happened, which came to a shock to me, in spite of me not being his fan when he was in the movies. Not that I didn't really like his acting. I think he was a phenomenal actor. And Dhoni, he completely bowled me over. But I was never really his fan. So imagine people like me who are going through so much of, remorse at this point of time. Imagine them, what they must be going through, and imagine the family, what they must be going through. That must be an experience which I don't even want to be in. But my heart really goes out to each one of them. So like I was saying, so when there used to be times when, you would come home, having an argument with your teacher, or having a disagreement with your friends, you would come home, and what do? Turn on the TV. What do? You watch Bollywood movies, you watch songs, you listen to the music, and you relax. So I always thought to myself, and I'm sure most of us would agree, to me, Bollywood was a stress buster. And then when Sushant Singh Rajput death happened, I immediately posted a video on YouTube within a week or so, because so many people were making a mockery about Karan Johar also. They were not, a lot of people were really after him also. And I felt I shared my view, just like everyone has views. I had a viewpoint that Okay, I mean, I get it. Maybe there was bullying, maybe there was, pulling each other down and all of that. But I don't think Karan Johar would be evil, you know. I don't think he's in this at all, especially not directly. And I maintain that until I got a video today from one of my very dear Masi of mine. She sent out a video of a man just like me, who's a common person. He spoke something very profound, and that touched my heart. And yes, maybe all the biggies are not involved, but there are lots of biggies that are involved. The ones who are involved, I'm not going to even talk about them, because the truth will come out and they will have to pay for what they have done, and they will pay. But I'm talking about the biggies who you think, okay, you know what? Let's not, drag them also. But one thing, what I felt was when that guy on the, WhatsApp message that I got said that why aren't all these people like Amitabh Bachchan sir, Karan Johar, Deepika Padukone, all these people that we think are such lovely beings, at least come out and talk to the police, or even let us know what is going on. What are they scared of? I mean, really, if they all stick together and they all also condemn all these kind of, brutal murders that have been taking place, or making somebody commit suicide, if at all it is suicide, to that level where an intelligent man like Sushant Singh can, also think of committing suicide. You can imagine, again, like I said, if at all is suicide, because I don't think it's suicide for sure. I mean, I don't think it is. So let's say if it is, how can you stoop to a level where you made that guy do what he did? He had everything. He wasn't even attached to the industry. He had no, he was very ambitious, but he was a selfless guy, who always thought of everybody around him also. That's what you hear from whoever, that's what you hear from the media. That's what you hear from, people being interviewed, So what I'm trying to say is that honestly, from today, I am never ever going to watch Bollywood again, because Bollywood has disappointed me a lot. Because to me, like I said, Bollywood was really an extended family. I looked up to all those biggies. Like I remember there was a movie also where Kal Ho Na Ho movie types and Karan Arjun movie types. There's so many movies that I can name right now. All those movies that always had a happy ending, with all the struggles they would have, but in the end, towards the end of the movie, they always showed everything was okay, and to a certain extent, I started believing that, okay, if there is evil, there's also a good side to it, and good people will always come out, and they will always speak the truth, and they will always, stand for what is right, But no, I think I was wrong. I think I was living truly in a fantasy world, because I remember all these years, I didn't know the world is like this. Such a dirty, shitty, fucked up world it is, It's very sad, because these Bollywood, all these, the biggies I'm talking about the so-called, people keep talking insiders. So I'm talking about the so-called insiders. They are the ones who have messed up the whole system. And what's the sad part is that, the very, very sad part is that there is nobody coming forward. What are they scared of? I mean, you've made enough money. You made enough success. I mean, imagine if any of those people, biggies, they come out, with dignity, and they say, okay, you know what? let's all give Sushant Singh Rajput's justice, voice out, otherwise they will voice out for everything, but this time they're all quiet, which is what's hurting me. They should not be quiet at this point of time. I'm not saying to fight, I'm not saying to go crazy, but I am saying when it is required to voice out, be human, voice out. Why aren't you guys voicing out? Where have you lost yourselves? I don't know, Bollywood is a place where you become evil. I swear I never in my life thought Bollywood is a place where you would become evil. It's strange because today my son is coming back to Hong Kong. He's coming back to London today. And just for one moment he said, "Mom, the guy next to me is coughing." Just casually is coughing. And I got all worked up as a mom. I just told him, you know what? You just tell the air hostess you want to change your seats and you're not comfortable and you work it out. But you make sure you're not going to sit next to him. Like, I was all worked up just because he coughed because of the viral situation going on. Maybe I panicked more than I would, but I did panic. Can you imagine a small thing like this? I panicked. Imagine Sushant Singh Rajput's father, his sisters, or even for example, anybody close to him. Imagine what they are feeling. Imagine the father at age of early 70s, he has to go through this. I mean, where is the humanity lost? The Bollywood Biggies, where is it gone? Why are you guys doing this? I never thought in my wildest dream I would talk about it on social media, especially at this point, because like I said, I've always been the biggest Bollywood fan. I mean, if anybody would speak about Bollywood movies negatively, I would really fight for them, because they have been a very important part of my life ever, especially when I was growing up, and even today. I mean, music, movies, all these things we keep watching. But believe me or not, ever since I've heard about the Sushant Singh Rajput's death, I don't even want to watch the interviews anymore, because I used to love listening to Priyanka Chopra. I used to love listening to Deepika Padukone. I'm talking about the Indians. And also I would love to listen to so many of them. See, I've even forgotten their names because I'm so mentally disturbed. What's happened to this young man? I mean, Karan Johar, I always liked him. I always thought he was a witty kind of guy. Of course, there were times when he was mocking people that I wasn't very happy about, because number one, I don't know him personally at all. In fact, I just know him as a public figure. So if I knew him personally, I would have picked up the phone and told him, please don't make fun of people, because you are actually, you are the one who's getting humiliated and judged. I wish I could tell him that, because mocking anybody doesn't show. It's not about them, it's about you, really. When you make fun of people, when you hurt people, when you harm people, especially deliberately, it really speaks a lot about the person who is hurting, rather than the person who's the victim. So what I'm trying to say is the victim is actually the person who's actually spoken those things. So I wish I knew him back then, but I don't. Anyway, coming back to Sushant Singh Rajput, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that if anyone is human, has a heart, would at least speak out for him. Thank you for listening, guys.